Those of you who use Windows XP, Microsoft's famed operating system, are sick of seeing that little bubble that pops up that says new updates are being installed. Well, I've got good news for you. You're not going to have to see that anymore. That's because Microsoft is officially halting all support for Windows XP starting next month. So no more updates. Your troubles are over. Except for the part where the hackers break in and steal all your stuff. Because of course, what this means is that there won't be any more security updates to fix flaws with the operating system. That means that if you keep using Windows XP, you could be exposing your personal information to a great deal of danger. Like it or not, folks, it's time to move on. Windows XP is the second most popular desktop operating system in the world, but it's 12 years old, and it's time to get something a little more secure. What are your options? Well, now, the big problem you have to face is that any computer old enough to be running Windows XP is basically too old to upgrade. It's really time for you to think about getting something else. One option, if you can't bear that thought, is to consider installing Linux. Yep, that geeky operating system invented by total nerds. Well, now you can find versions like Ubuntu Linux, which you can download free of charge, and which actually works very, very well even on older, slower computers. And if you mostly do things like surfing the web, checking email, and the like, a computer running Linux will do you just fine. You'll hardly notice a difference. You can't run Windows software on it, though, so if you need Windows, this won't work for you. Here's another option. Consider getting a Chromebook. That's one of these low-cost laptops, they usually run about $250, running Google's Chrome operating system. Again, they're very limited and you can't do Windows software on them, but for a lot of everyday computing tasks, they work really well. I like Chromebooks a lot. Okay, but for those of you who absolutely positively have to have a Windows computer, it is definitely time to upgrade. You're going to have to get something new, basically, and that means moving all of your old stuff onto the new computer. Fortunately, Microsoft has made that pretty easy. The newest versions of Windows, Windows 7 and Windows 8, have a feature called Easy Transfer that makes it very simple to take all your files and move them from the old machine to the new one. However, you've got to remember that you'll still have to reinstall all your software. It's easy to move like a photograph or documents. Those files just transfer very easily. But software has to be installed, so all your programs will have to be reinstalled. And of course, if they're really old, some of them may not even be compatible with Windows 7 or Windows 8. So you've got to take that into account. Hey, your computer isn't going to suddenly turn into a pumpkin on April 8th. You can keep right on using Windows XP if you want to, but you'll be on your own. No further security updates. And at a time when people all over the world, including maybe even our own government, is desperately trying to break into our computers, you want to have the most secure operating system you can get. And like it or not, Windows XP simply isn't it. From the Tech Lab, this is Hiawatha Bray.